Why is it said that life begins at 40? Hello and welcome to Silence Between Coffee. Pour yourself a cup of coffee, take a comfortable seat, and let's sit with a question that has been passed down through generations. Why do people say that life begins at 40? It is one of those phrases we hear so often that we really stop to ask where it came from. Is there really something magical about turning 40? Does wisdom suddenly arrive with a birthday? Or is it something deeper happening beneath the surface? Today, I want to explore this idea not as a motivational quote, but as a psychological journey. When we are young, life often feels like a race. We are trying to get into the right school, find the right career, earn enough money, build a family, buy a house, prove ourselves to others. We are constantly moving from one milestone to the next without realizing it. Many of us spend our 20s and 30s living according to the invisible scripts. Society has a timeline, our families have expectations, friends become measuring sticks. Social media convinces us that everyone else has figured life out before we have. And slowly, we stop asking, what do I want? Instead, we ask, what am I supposed to want? Psychologists sometimes describe this as living through external validation, looking outside ourselves to decide whether we are successful, worthy, or enough. And this is exhausting. Then something interesting begins to happen. Not necessarily at exactly 40, but often somewhere around midlife. People begin questioning the script. The promotion they have chased for years doesn't feel as satisfying as they thought it would. The opinions of strangers don't carry the same weight. Arguments that once consumed days are forgotten in minutes. And there's a quiet shift to it. Not because life becomes easier, but because perspective changes. Developmental psychologists like Eric Erikson believe that adulthood isn't just about achieving success. It's also about asking a deeper question. What am I contributing? We begin moving away from proving ourselves towards understanding ourselves. And it is a subtle difference, but it changes everything. Another reason this period feels different is experience. By now, many people have known love. They have also known heartbreak. And they have experienced success as well as failure. They have trusted the wrong people. They have lost relationships, faced disappointments in relationships. They have celebrated victories that didn't feel as important as they once imagined. They have experienced a life which may not be as exciting as it is. The same event can make one person bitter and another person deeply compassionate. The difference isn't the event, it's what they choose to learn from it. Research on well being has also found something fascinating. Across many countries, life satisfaction often follows what's called a U shaped curve. People's happiness tends to dip during midlife and then rise again later. Why? And there isn't one simple answer to it. But researchers believe several things contribute to this. People often become better at regulating emotions. They spend less energy comparing themselves with others. They focus more on meaningful relationships and they become clearer about what truly matters. In other words, they stop trying to live every possible life and begin appreciating the one they actually have. One of the greatest gifts that can come with age is perspective. When you're young, every setback can feel permanent. A breakup feels like the end of love. Losing a job feels like the end of your career. Making a mistake feels like the end of your confidence. But experience teaches something different. You have survived difficult days before. You have rebuilt before, and you have healed before. That memory quietly whispers, you will find your way again. That's resilience. Not because life stopped being difficult, but because you discovered you're stronger than you once believed. Perhaps the biggest change, though, is learning to say no. No to relationships that constantly drain you out. No to pretending. No to living according to someone else's expectations. No to proving your worth to people determined not to see it. Boundaries often become less about keeping others out and more about protecting what matters within. Of course, not everyone experiences this shift at 40. Some people discover themselves at 25, others at 60 maybe, and some spend an entire lifetime changing someone else's definition of success. Life doesn't begin because of a number, it begins because of awareness. The real turning point is the moment you stop asking, who do people want me to be? And begin asking, who am I becoming? And maybe that's why people have been trying to say all along, life begins at 40. Not because the calendar changes, but because many people finally stop surviving and start living intentionally. Whether you are 25, 40, or 70, that invitation is always available to choose authenticity over approval, peace over performance, meaning over appearances. So today, I had liked to leave you with a question. If no one else's expectations existed, what kind of life would you choose? Take that question with you today. Sit with it over your next cup of coffee. And you never know, you might discover that life doesn't begin at 40. It begins the moment you give yourself permission to live it as your own. Thank you for spending these moments with me. Until next time, this is Atinda, and you're listening to Silence Between Coffee, where we explore human nature, psychology, relationships, and the questions that stay with us long after the coffee is gone.